Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to share with you some thoughts I've been having lately. In case you didn't know, we're currently engaged in a full-on armed conflict over in the Middle East. But we've been doing it for so long, who thinks about it anymore, right? I don't apologize, I'm not even quite sure how long it's been going on. I mean, 10 years? Is it possible that it could have been going on 10 years or even longer? So whoosh, it sort of goes by us, right? So I wanted to have a little talk with you about that conflict. Because, you know, it's been going on so long, I don't think we spend any time thinking about it. So who are we fighting? It's sort of an interesting question, and it's a mess. It's Al-Qaeda. These days, apparently, it's like ISIS and stuff like that. There's another interesting question. Why are we fighting them? Well, the reason that we're fighting them is because specifically ISIS said they wanted to set up a brave new world that they were in charge of, right? And basically everybody who currently has countries over there said no, right? And so we went over to assist, and then it sort of tumbled from there. So the question is, what's up with ISIS? You know, where are they coming from, and why is everybody willing to participate? This is crazy. I mean, ISIS is losing, okay, but it's a pretty horrific thing, especially when you come up against a country as big and strong as the U.S. What the heck are they thinking? But ISIS seems to be able to recruit people left and right. So, you know, what magic do they have? Well, I think what you have to do is you have to step back and you have to take a look at the situation that's going on in the Middle East right now. The Middle East is full of able young men. Okay, well, that's fine, no problems with that whatsoever. However, there's a little bit of a problem. Those able young men are unable to get jobs. I think we're all sort of familiar with that. But it's a bigger deal for them, because in their culture, if they can't get a job, that means they can't earn money. If you can't earn money, that means you can't pay a dowry. If you can't pay a dowry, you're not going to get married ever. So you have a group of young men who look out at their future and go, I'm basically screwed, right? And so then an old man in flowing robes shows up and says to them, hey, listen, sorry you're in such a bad situation, but I've got an option for you. Come, help repel the invaders from our country, which inherently is a good thing to do from their point of view, no problems with that whatsoever. But I've got a great out for you. Should anything bad happen to you while you're assisting us in this endeavor, like you die, what's going to happen is you're going to go to a glorious afterlife, and in that afterlife, there's going to be 72 virgins waiting for you. So wait a minute, I can't get a date in this world? And you're telling me if I go on to the afterlife, there's 72 virgins waiting for me? Bam! Sign me up! I'm there! And here's where I think we run into some problems. These young men are not spending enough time thinking about what they're signing up for. So let's take a look at the typical Middle Eastern young man who signs up for active combat duty, goes off, fights a good fight, tragically gets killed. Now, we actually don't know what happens after that, but let's play a game here. Let's say that what the old man in the flowing robe told him was correct. Chink! Fabulous. He's dead one moment, and poof, the next moment he's in some sort of beautiful next world thing, surrounded by 72 virgins. And this is where the thinking comes in. Why are they virgins? Is it possible that he is now surrounded by 72 lesbians? And he's going to spend the rest of his life with 72 lesbians. And by the way, you can be anybody you want. There's no problems with that whatsoever. This young man who died in battle has just found himself in a situation that perhaps he didn't think fully through. But wait, I mean, that's only one possibility. Okay, let's say that doesn't happen. Okay, no problems whatsoever. So he's with 72 virgins. What's interesting is I don't think the age of the virgins is ever really specified. 72, 78, 86, and 1, 90, 91 or something like that. You got your virgins. And there's another interesting question. How did you reach that age and you're still a virgin? So that's a separate issue. Okay, let's not go there. But they're a little bit older perhaps than you had anticipated. Okay, just once again, don't know the answer. Just want you to consider this as a possibility, okay? If I was a young man in the Middle East and you were trying to talk me into going into combat, you'd have to give me a different story. You'd have to say, Jim, if you die in combat, we're going to send you off to the afterlife. There's going to be 72 very experienced women. These ladies have been around the block several times, and they're just waiting for you to show up. You're not going to be there first. You're going to be way down that list, buddy, but that's okay, because they're just waiting for you. I've got a whole different sort of lady waiting for me up in heaven, okay? That's just me, though. Now, what's interesting is, although we don't know what the afterlife looks like, we can get a tiny peek at it here on Earth right now. There's a TV show on right now about this formerly Mormon guy who married 5 ladies. And the whole dang show is about his relationship with his 5. Now, by the way, 5 is 6% of 72, okay? So he's just hanging with 5, not the 72 that apparently somebody else is signing up for, okay? Quick question is, look, obviously the young men in the Middle East are anticipating intimate relationships with the 72 ladies, which is cool, no problems with that whatsoever. But you know, intimate relationships generally happen, let's say, at night. You got a day, okay? So you're there during the day and you got 72 ladies. What are you doing with your day? Who are you spending your time with? Are you spending it with all of them? Okay, just speaking as a guy, just real honest here, guy, you know, whenever I'm with like 2 ladies who are talking, that can be a little bit annoying. Okay, I mean, oh my God, get 3 of them together? Oh, like, I'm not part of that conversation. They're just talking amongst themselves, and it's just like drones on. Oh my God. 4, 5, 10, 20, 72 chicks talking to each other, and I'm just hanging. Make it stop! What are they talking about? Nails and hair. And did you know what Barb did yesterday? I can't believe it. Oh, no, I want to go back. Now, also, if you've got 72 ladies, you're responsible for keeping 72 ladies, you know, active and interested. Who are you sleeping with tonight? I mean, you got 72. That's 2.5 months of scheduling issues, okay? And look, not every lady's going to want you dropping by. Maybe, oh, I'm sorry, I got a headache tonight. Could you like maybe skip and then we'll come back? You got a calendar that looks like this and it's crossed out and lined out and you got circles. Oh my God, you have no idea where you're sleeping tonight. So anyway, I'd just like to give a little recommendation to the young men in the Middle East that perhaps what they need to do is spend a little bit of time thinking outside the box and saying, listen, maybe going off and getting killed in combat isn't the correct solution to the challenge that they have. Perhaps there's a better answer. Mr. Toastmaster.
All right.
Yes. Yes. You got it? Excellent.
All right.